This is Abbey and Zorra. And as you can see, the introduction and integration between the two is progressing kind of slowly. Though nothing to make me think that Abbey's going to be dangerous to Zorra. Certainly nothing to make Zorra seem bad to Abbey. Zorra's actually being rather sweet to Abbey, only backing down whenever Abbey does something aggressive. But they are still far from being friends right now. In fact, that interaction you just saw in the very first seconds of this video was an actual coincidence, and maybe the closest to like a friendly interaction the two have had so far. Abbey is not really being hostile, she's just a bit scared of Zorra. And Zorra, coming from the home that she does, is basically just showing Abbey that she's no threat. But Abbey's gonna Abbey, and it's gonna take her some time to accept Zorra. I wish I could give like some sort of due date on it, but Abbey's background as a stray and as a kitten who wasn't really socialized that much, it's really hard to say. But like you can see Abbey just waiting for Zorra not to look before making a move. Abbey makes a lot of stalking. Woo! I didn't mean to startle you, Zorra. I reached over to pet her, and I don't think she was expecting it. I think Abbey's staying put for now. She's not going to let Zorra out of her sight. I have had to put Zorra back in the suite for her sake a few times. But the door's been open since about 11 o'clock at least. So maybe a few hours now, 3 or 4 hours. And they've only just come out from their nap. And the only reason Abbey's been awake is just because I've been trying to get her to eat some food. Because whenever she's in one of these modes where she doesn't like something, she'll hide and generally avoid eating until whatever's bothering her goes away. But Zorra's not going anywhere. And I did get Abbey to eat a little, but you can't make a cat eat. And Abbey's not showing any bad health effects, so it's not like she's starving, she's just being stubborn. And as you can see, she was thinking of some sort of approach to Zorra just now. So during all this, I have to keep an eye on them because I'm not really confident enough to leave Zorra unsupervised around Abbey. Not because I think Zorra would hurt Abbey, but because I'm worried that Abbey might actually get pushed a bit too far by the presence of Zorra and actually hurt Zorra. Despite the fact that Abbey's actually a kitten, she is an older kitten at 6 months old, whereas Zorra is a year old. And possibly because Zorra came from a home with so many cats, she knows how to defuse the kind of fear that Abbey is showing. And just simply showing she's not a threat. She knows Abbey is there, but she continues to play and that's pretty typical now, is Abbey will pop out from around a corner and just try and stare Zorra down, and Zorra will just keep her calm. Whereas Abby is trying desperately to find some way to get some sort of upper hand. It's almost like play, if not for the fact that Abby is trying to ward off Jenny. I know that once these two actually break the ice and actually accept each other, they could really enjoy each other as playmates. I think that's what Jenny is sensing as well, though I don't want to read too much into it. But Abby's just showing her normal fear-based response. Generally around, like, outside humans, Abby will just hide. Around Jenny, around, oh gosh, sorry, that was Zorra, Abby does this. And, a lot of it's boundary setting, but I think she's also trying to see if she can't just rid herself of Zorra, which is not going to work. And props to Zorra, she only really flees when Abby really pushes it. I saw Abby chase her once. I've only seen Zorra, shrink down when Abby looked like she was about to hit her. There was one time that you were right there, and Abby actually swatted her on the head, and Zorra kind of gave her a look like she was just accusing her of giving her a cheap shot. But see, these confrontations aren't too heated, although Abby is starting to kind of push the boundary a bit. So I might, at the rate she's going, get Zorra back into the suite just so that things can cool down. And that's basically the introduction process as I understand it. Essentially, I'm simulating the kind of thing that happens in cat colonies. Newcomer cats very frequently wander in, then get chased off by the established cats, but keep coming back until gradually the established cats accept the newcomer cats. And slowly we're seeing this happen. Abby's not so much trying to get rid of her at this point as just trying to keep her out of sight. And a lot of the time, though you're not seeing it right now, they'll even play near each other, although Abby will sometimes stop to try and see Zorra off. Of course, Zorra always makes sure to chirp and meow even while Abby's confronting her, which I think is adding to disarming the situation. And I think it's also making it so that Abby can't quite figure out what's going on. But I have to keep a balance because I have to think of safety and stress. And Abby's skittishness means that she will run off if she sees me coming anyway. Are you using the box? Nope, you're checking out the bathtub. I should close the toilet because I don't like the idea of either cat falling in. Not that I think that's really going to be a potential issue. So that's basically the update, is Abbey and Zorra are, well, Abbey more than Zorra are trying to figure each other out. I think Zorra has more or less has Abbey pegged already as just agitated cat, because she doesn't seem overly concerned about it. And I suspect that means that she kind of knows what is going on with Abbey and figures that this is going to pass. That's my thinking. I could totally have that wrong, and for all I know, Jenny is terrified. But I don't think so. Hey, now. I think that's my cue to try and... But you heard Zorra, who for some reason I keep calling Jenny. Yeah, that's about the worst of it right now. They're not even growling and hissing most of the time now. I think maybe it's very, very gradually turning into a game for Abby, but I'm not 100%. Yeah. Zorra has yet to hiss or growl once. But I think I need to get Abby to go. And then I will help pour Zorra out. Because while that wasn't overly aggressive, Abby was kind of cornering her. So it might turn into play, but at the moment, I'm not 100% confident of that, and I'd rather err on the side of safety and caution and reduce on stress as much as possible. So I think I'm just going to end this update here with allowing Jenny... No, Abby, come on. This is not how this was supposed to go. Okay, well, I gotta chase Abby out of here, or chase Zorra out of here. I guess it would be easier to get Zorra out than to get Abby out right now. So, bye, Abby. You made your choices. Don't worry, I'll let you out in like half an hour. There we go. So, normally it would have been Zorra in there, but Abby ran in. And so, I'll allow this little chatterbox to have the greater apartment for a little while. I'm pretty sure Abby actually won't mind. She'll probably just sulk under the bed. You see, it's already forgotten about as far as Zorra is concerned. And we can see how Abby's taking it. She probably already she's either scoping out the room, or I'm willing to bet. Oh. Well, she's still scoping out the room. I was about to bet that she was under the bed. But hi, sweetie. Yeah, they'll do fine for now. I'm gonna let them simmer down, maybe to get back into their naps, and then I'll open the door again. I just didn't like the way that Abby was just cornering poor Zorra. So, this has gone on long enough. Everyone's okay. Zorra wants back in, but I'm not going to let her in just yet. I definitely don't want them getting confrontational in there, because it would take me out of a greater area where everyone can retreat places. So, bye for now.